Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of tonight's high school varsity boys hockey contest between the visiting Red Hawks of Natick High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Fans, I've been saying it for multiple years across multiple sports. It's always a show when Brookline and Natick face off, these two Bay State Conference rivals. You know they're going to leave it all on the ice whenever they face each other, whether it be the ice, the field, the court, what have you. The Warriors and Red Hawks always give it all they got when they're facing each other, and I expect tonight will be no different. Both teams coming into this one in very close spots, both in win-loss record and power ranking. Brookline entering this game with a record of 3 wins, 6 losses, and 2 ties, coming off of 2 wins in their annual Travis Roy Junior Beanpot Tournament, capturing the Travis Roy Championship for the first time since I started covering this team. So Brookline's riding pretty high, and in the most recent MIAA Division I power rankings that came out yesterday morning, Brookline was ranked 32nd in Division I, meaning that if the season ended today, Brookline would be going to the state tournament for the first time since 2020. However, they got to fight to stay in that spot. They're right on the cusp. Natick, meanwhile, the visitors coming in with a record of 3-7-2. So slightly worse than Brookline in terms of win-loss, but strength of schedule and margin of victory calculated to give them a higher power ranking. Yesterday morning, the rankings put Natick at 25th in the power rankings. So the Red Hawks a little bit more secure in their current playoff spot than Brookline. But this could be a big game, could be a potential turning point of the season here as we're just past the midway point of the year. Both these teams trying to make a push for the playoffs. Both would make the playoffs if the season ended today. And you know both want a piece of each other as they're coming into this one. The visiting Natick High Red Hawks coming out onto the ice with their red jerseys and white jersey numbers. And right behind them, with their white jerseys, dark blue jersey numbers, and red outlines, the hosting Brookline High Warriors. With both teams out on the ice now, let's take a look at the rosters coming into this one. We'll start over here on our right with the visitors from Natick High School. Going in order of jersey number for Natick, first off, we have a junior number 2, James Dempsey. Next, another junior number 3, Sully Brown. A senior number 4, Ryan Connolly. A senior captain number 5, Michael Zahornaki. A senior captain number 6, Joe McDonnell. A senior number 8, Rocco DeLuca. A senior number 9, Peter Bracken. Excuse me. A senior number 10, Nick Vliger. A senior number 11, Finn Moriarty. A senior number 12, Grady Flynn. A senior number 13, Braden Clark. A sophomore number 15, Brian Wegner. A sophomore number 16, Kyle Rahl. A sophomore number 18, Gino Mortarelli. A senior number 19, Ethan Aries. A senior captain, number 20, Will Fair. A senior captain, number 21, Jonathan Chase. A sophomore, number 22, Brennan Malcolm. A junior, number 23, Matthew Maloney. A junior, number 24, Riley Schneller. A senior captain, number 25, Braden Homer. A senior goalie, number 30, Brower Malcolm. A senior goalie, number 31, Brody Whalen. And a junior, number 44, Brendan Howard. Head coach of the Natick High boys hockey team is Carl Infanger. Now let's move over to our left and go through the roster for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number 4, Brookline. First off, we have a junior, number 3, Ricky Ace. A sophomore, number 4, Alejandro Marrero. A junior, number 5, Waylon Slavin. A senior, number 6, Greg Uptekman. A senior, number 7, Vivon Suberwall. A junior, number 8, Corey Toe. A freshman, number 9, Easton Slavin. A junior, number 11, Oliver Melton. A junior, number 12, Teddy Sheridan. A freshman, number 13, Colin O'Connor. A junior, number 14, Preston Bayless. A senior, number 15, Aton Kate. A junior, number 16, Morris May. A junior, number 17, Jameson Young. A sophomore, number 18, Ippy Rauto. A senior, captain, number 21, Owen Lacey. A sophomore, number 22, Max Kagan. A sophomore, number 23, Harrison Platt. A freshman, number 26, Emery Ritzenthaler. A sophomore, number 27, Milo Parks Cohen. A sophomore goalie, number 30, Evan Gerber. And a senior goalie, number 33, Jungwoo Beck. Head coach of the Brookline High boys hockey team is Mark Marfione, with assistant coaches Brian Colella, Shane Devlin, and James Redding. So that's the roster for the Brookline High Warriors coming into this game. Remember, fans, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, we encourage all audience participation here in the live chat on YouTube, or if you're not able or not comfortable using YouTube's live chat system, you can also send me an email with any comments or messages that you may have throughout the game. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. Just about a minute to go, as you can see from the pregame clock in the bottom left corner of your screen. And one thing's for sure, you know Brookline is going to want this game to go better than last year's matchups against the Red Hawks. These two Bay State Conference rivals faced off twice last season, Natick winning in blowout fashion both times. The Red Hawks beat the Warriors 6-1 in Natick on January 22nd in 2025, and then beat them again here at Ryan Arena 4-0 on January 28th. Now here they are for the first of two matchups this year, and we'll see what these two teams have in store for us this time. There goes the pregame clock. Music's been cut off. The PA announcer will soon take over with the starting lineups, national anthem, and then afterwards we will have the opening puck drop here between Brookline and Natick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the JAR, the John A. Ryan Arena, for tonight's Bay State League matchup featuring Natick High School Redhawks and your Brookline High School Warriors. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting team representing Natick High School, the Redhawks. At left wing, number 11, Finn Moriarty. At center, number 22, Brennan Malcolm. At right wing, number 13, Breeden Clark. On defense, captain number 21, Jonathan Chase. On defense, number 20, captain William Fair. And in goal, number 30, Brower Malcolm. Natick is coached by Mr. Carl Infanger, Mr. Neil Donahue, and manager Mr. Jared Doobie. And now the starting lineup for the home team representing Brookline High School, the Warriors. At left wing, a senior, number 7, Vivon Sabrawal. At center, number 21, captain of the Warriors, Owen Lacey. At right wing, a freshman, number 13, Colin O'Connor. On defense, a freshman, number 9, Easton Slavin. Also on defense, a junior, number 5, Waylon Slavin. And in goal, a sophomore, number 30, Evan Gerber. Brookline is coached, head coach, Mr. Mark Marfione, Mr. Shane Devlin, Mr. James Redding, and Mr. Brian Colella. At this time, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Referees for tonight's contest as assigned by the MIAA, Mr. Tim Daly and Mr. Kelly Eaton.
All right, those were our starting lineups and national anthem, and we will soon get our opening puck drop here in the first of 3 15-minute periods in this high school varsity boys hockey matchup between the Brookline High Warriors and the Natick High Redhawks. For Brookline, a lot of the usual suspects on defense. Evan Gerber in net, the Slavin brothers, Waylon and Easton at the blue line. Brookline with a slightly different forward lineup here. Owen Lacey and Colin O'Connor have often been playing on a line with Greg Eptekman. Tonight playing alongside Vivon Sabrawal. Brookline has experimented a fair bit with different forward line combinations this season. We'll see how their offense does, coming off their two of their best offensive outings in the Junior Beanpot Tournament. Here we go, opening puck drop here between Brookline and Natick. Puck's pushed into the Brookline end. A battle for the puck up against the boards. And Natick is going to come out with it. Number 11, Finn Moriarty, gets a pass. Poked away by Owen Lacey, keeping it away from number 22, Brennan Malcolm. Puck staying in the Brookline end, sent around the boards by number 13, Braden Clark. Into the corner now, pushed around the boards by Natick. Number 20, Will Fair, keeping it in the attack end for the Redhawks. Puck's recovered off the boards by Waylon Slavin, and is clear, gets all the way out. A race for the puck. Jonathan Chase going to get there first, fend off the pressure from Colin O'Connor. And I think we got an offsides called here. And so off the dead puck, we're going right back to center ice. Off the face-off, it slides back into the Natick end. Number 24, Riley Schneller, sending it up ice. Sent further up by number 6, Joe McDonnell. Around to the corner. Battling for it. Knocked loose by Oliver Melton. Ippy Rauto trying to chase down, but chased by Peter Bracken, number 9. Still pinned up against the boards, Bracken and Rauto. Bracken comes out with it. Pass back. McDonnell sends it around the back, looking for number 3, Sully Brown. Brown's pass, looking to the slot, poked away by Evan Gerber himself. Eitan Kate sends it up, looking for Jamison Young, but just lost there, and an offside's going to be called. Young trying to corral the pass from Kate. His skates went over the line before he could corral the puck. And so as soon as Brookline touched that puck, it was offsides. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Natick. Taken across the blue line by number 5, Michael Zarnacki. Around the boards, knocked loose by Teddy Sheridan for Brookline. Wrapped around the boards by Waylon Slavin, and his clear does get out. Racing after it is number 2, James Dempsey, sending it around the boards. Kept in the attack end by Brookline by Sheridan. A check into the boards by Morris May as Sheridan sends it around the back. Dempsey battling with Emery Ritzenthaler up against the boards. Couple more in the scrum, coming out with it, Morris May. Coming around the back, trying to fit it in the corner, but stopped there by Brower Malcolm, the goalie for Natick. Long clear out by Natick, no icing. Going, careening into the boards. Battling for it in the corner now. Puck wrenched loose there by number 15, Brian Wegner, but taken back by Brookline. Sheridan shuffles it across to Vivon Suberwall as Brookline commits to a full change. Suberwall hit into the boards by Dempsey. Pass back misses. Everybody recovered by Rauto. Tried to pass across to Melton, missed him. Pass off the backboards, almost collected by Suberwall. Instead taken by Fair. Knocked loose by O'Connor. Off the boards, Suberwall's pass blocked. Lacey trying to fit it through, and now it's going to be covered up by Brower Malcolm. And it will be an offensive zone face-off for Brookline with 12:04 on the clock here in the first. Last year, Natick went 11-5-5 to finish 15th in the power rankings. Ended up losing in the round of 32 to number 2, St. John's Prep. Natick already has more losses this year than they had all last season after graduating a huge class of 13. As the Redhawks now send out a long clear, it'll go for icing. Both of these teams graduated some pretty significant senior classes from last year's team. Like I said, the Redhawks graduating 13 players, while Brookline graduated 8. Both sides graduating some top players and trying to build up this year's team in the process. Natick sends that one up into the netting, and it will be another dead puck and another face-off in the Natick end. Face-off won by Brookline. Easton Slavin, long shot, knocked down right in front of the net. A backhand push could not be knocked in by Corey Toe. A nice pin to the boards by Eitan Kate as Toe pushes it into the corner. Kate tries to fit a pass through, blocked there by Will Fair. As now Natick trying to take it the other way. Number 12, Grady Flynn, skates it into the corner. Pinned by Easton Slavin. Kicked loose. Several players scrumming for it along the boards. Sent around the back. Easton Slavin going to recover it. Sends it off the glass. Recovered by Kate. Back out to the neutral zone. Kate a pass. Nobody there. Intercepted by Finn Moriarty. Moriarty's shot kicked away by Evan Gerber. A physical battle for the rebound as players went tumbling there. Moriarty sends a pass back. Long shot from the blue line. An attempted putback as Evan Gerber dives on it. The initial long shot from number 19, Ethan Aries. And then a couple members of that forward line consisting of Braden Homer, Brennan Malcolm, and Finn Moriarty were trying to poke that one home, but Gerber able to fall on it. Off the faceoff, Moriarty backhand pass into traffic right in front of the net. Knocked away by the Brookline defense, but Moriarty recovers. Pass down to the corner. Number 13, Braden Clark, passes back to Aries at the blue line. Aries shot blocked, chopped down, and ultimately kicked aside by Gerber. Got a little lucky as it seemed like he lost track of it off the bounce. Pushed up ice by Brookline. And now cleared out there by Schneller. Crossed the blue line by Natick, but they have to retreat to prevent the offsides. Off the boards, pass just misses Milo Parks-Cohen. Stopped there by Ippy Rauto. As this one goes up into the Brookline end. Chased down by Oliver Melton. His pass gets through to Teddy Sheridan. Gives it to Max Kagan. Kagan up to Sheridan. Blocked there. Taken away by Aries. Aries sends a pass up to an open man. Skating with it here is Brown. Brown's pass. Nice block by Waylon Slavin to stop the rush there. His attempted clear stopped by Aries. Sends pass down. Finds a man. Extra pass. And now dangling in front of the net. The shot sent way high there by Bracken. The initial target for the extra pass there, Sully Brown, trying to attack that puck as it was dangling right around the crease off that extra touch pass, but knocked loose. But then it was left just sitting right in front of the net. Peter Bracken knew that Gerber was right in front of him, tried to send it at a different angle, but ended up launching it high. Off the face-off, it is taken out by O'Connor. Knocked back to Brown. Brown lifts it into the Brookline end, giving chase for it himself. Around the back, a pass. Gets through to the blue line. A long shot knocked down in the slot. And the follow-up shot from Brown deflected wide into the corner. Brown lost it, but staying after it. Bracken takes it. Coming around the back. Looking. Pass. Could not connect. Had a D-man crashing in for that one. Now it's going to be taken the other way by Suberwall. But knocked away by Dempsey. Dempsey skating with it. Taking it the other way for Natick. Gains the blue line himself, weaving through, an open chance. Oh, just barely broken up right in front of the net. I think it was Waylon Slavin. A pass across. Oh, just missed wide on the potential one-timer by Zahernaki. Zahernaki pass to the slot, broken up by Brookline. Eitan Kate kind of lost control of it on the ice there. Pinned to the boards, knocked loose, and it's going to be McDonnell. McDonnell pass into the corner as Natick commits a blue line change here. McDonnell sending it around the back for Zahernaki. Zahernaki, pass across, finds a man, and the shot is in. Will Fair coming in fast, receiving a beautiful pass from Michael Zahernaki. And that is going to put Natick up 1-0. First goal of the game scored by Will Fair. I believe the assist was from Michael Zahernaki. I'll await the PA announcer as this puck gets pinned to the boards, knocked loose. Now taking it the other way. And it is Michael Zahernaki who gets the assist. Or maybe it's pronounced Zahornaki, not sure. A shot from Jonathan Chase there pushed aside by the stick of Evan Gerber. 1-0 Natick leads here in the first period. And Gerber is going to cover that one up. And we'll have a face-off in the Brookline end with 7:40 to go here in the first. Face-off. And coming out with it is Rauto. Rauto sends it off the glass. Corralled by Dempsey. Dempsey sending it off the boards the other way. Stopped by Harrison Platt. Sends it off the boards into the Natick end where it's corralled by number 16, Kyle Rawl. Pass across to Dempsey. Lifts it across ice. Rauto boxing out so that the icing will be enforced there. Rocco DeLuca was the one chasing after that one for Natick. The Natick coach, Carlin Fanger, trying to argue that DeLuca was going to get to that puck to prevent the icing if he wasn't boxed out by Rauto, but not winning the appeal to the official. Now taking it the other way, Braden Homer. Homer turns around, pass back to the blue line. Long shot saved by Gerber, and it pops right up in the air, and he's able to catch that one like a pop fly in baseball. Natick showing a strong ability to go end-to-end really quickly in transition, and that's been a big difference maker for them here in the first. Suberwall sending it off the boards, and that's going to be a quick icing. Brookline going to commit to a forward line change after that icing. Off the face-off. A battle for the puck does knock it out to the neutral zone as Eitan Kate staying after on the forecheck. Pursuing Dempsey, checks him into the boards. Natick recovers around the back. Pass up, finds Flynn. Flynn taking it the other way. Trying to wave around, fights through, shot. Or maybe just pushing it around the back there. Waylon Slavin pinning Wegner to the boards. Still scrumming for it, and it's Waylon Slavin coming out with it. Lifts it up in the air. Eitan Kate gloves it down. Battling up against the boards again, and oh, we got a penalty coming here. And this penalty is going to be called against Natick. Looks like they're calling him for a hold. And so he'll serve a 2-minute minor. Finn Moriarty will be serving the penalty. First power play of the day goes to Brookline here with 6:03 left in the first. Face-off won by Brookline as O'Connor sends it around. Dempsey able to quickly clear it out. Ippy Rauto sends a pass off the boards a little too hard. And it's going to be taken back by the Redhawks. Attacking on the shorthand. The shot is saved by Gerber. Puck now recovered by Toe. Sending it around to O'Connor. O'Connor leaves it for Rauto. Rauto lifts a high bouncing pass. Misses a couple of targets there. And now Natick trying to clear it out. Knocked loose and taken by Dempsey, who goes for the easy clear, but it goes into the air and into the Brookline benches. It'll be a dead puck face-off with 1:17 left on the penalty clock. And this is kind of the problem Brookline's had on the power play all year, is that, you know, we talked about how Natick's been stronger in the transition game. Being strong in the transition game serves you a lot in the power play after the defense clears it. If you want to try and start a new attack, a quick shot from Owen Lacey is going to be saved by Brower Malcolm. Boy, right as I say that, Brookline gets a nice shooting attempt. Now off this one, pushed right back to Malcolm, who's going to cover that one up fast. This face-off won by Brookline. Pass back to To's shot blocked by Braden Clark. Sends it all the way back to the Brookline end. Minute left on the penalty. Rauto skating with it. Leaves it for Toe. Toe trying to spin away from Clark. Pass up to Rauto. Rauto off the boards looking for Greg Uptekman, and it's stolen away by Clark. Pass to Homer. Now stolen back by Uptekman. Long pass up finds Owen Lacey. They call him for offsides. They say he jumped over the blue line before the puck did. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off. "34 seconds left on the penalty. Off the face-off. Chase for the puck. Uptekman manages to push it up to Brower Malcolm, who covers it up. 24 seconds left on the power play, and Brookline at least gets it into the offensive zone. Still got a face-off they need to win if they want to get on the attack. They do win it. Lacey backhands it around the corner. Uptekman battling with Fair. O'Connor trying to come in and help. Now Lacey takes it, knocked away from him. Rauto pass to O'Connor, who wraps it around the back. Uptekman trying to knock it back. Still battling for it. Uptekman. And it's knocked up in the air, and going the other way with it is Flynn as we're back at even strength. A shot saved by Gerber. Natick committing to a blue line change. Rauto long pass blocked there, but recovered by Uptekman. Uptekman stopped on his advance there as Brookline commits to a change. Weaving through is Aries. Lost it there, knocked loose by Max Kagan. Aries takes it back. Pass to Brendan Howard, who sends it up ice. Chasing it down, Easton Slavin. Off the boards to Kagan. Kagan can't clear it, stopped by Aries. Sent around. Back the other way by McDonnell. Easton Slavin sending it around the back. Corralled by Natick, a pass right in front. And that's going to be a goal for number 18, Gino Mortarelli. Again, just some really well executed passing for the Redhawks as they find Mortarelli right in front of the net. And he's able to send that one right side for Natick's second goal of the period. Face off, heading down to the Brookline end. Waylon Slavin trying to control it. Sends it around. Taken by Jamison Young. His pass blocked. And the assists go to Sully Brown and Joe McDonnell. Now weaving through, Brown, shot saved by Gerber in traffic. So a 2-0 Natick lead here with 2:34 on the clock in the first period. Face off, a quick shot from Bracken, blocked in traffic there. This pass broken up by Harrison Platt, but the attempted clear stopped by Rawl. Now it's recovered by Brown. Brown coming down the left side. Pass right in front of the net, poked away by Gerber himself, taken now by Suberwall. Suberwall dumps it into the Natick end and takes a hard shot into the boards. The Redhawks pass it around the back to Rawl. Rawls sending it off the glass, misses everybody, and that'll be icing. Brookline has got to find a way to generate some more offensive pressure. They haven't really tested Brower Malcolm all that much in this first period. Face-off going into the corner. Pinned there, and it's recovered by the Redhawks. Pass off the boards, misses. Corey Toe with a quick shot. It goes wide. Eitan Kate recovers the puck. His pass blocked by the skates of Dempsey. Being taken the other way by Wegner. Wegner lost control of it, but his line mate comes in, tries a shot, and it's saved by Gerber. That was number 4, Ryan Connolly, on the try there. Natick seeing a lot of different players getting shooting opportunities here in the first period, displaying their depth on offense. Puck cleared out by Brookline. Subberwall dumps it into the corner. Chase trying to move it through traffic. O'Connor takes it. Shot was blocked there by Will Fair. Lacey shuffles it along. Misses O'Connor. O'Connor tapping it back to Easton Slavin, who sends it around. Lacey. Pass back to Easton Slavin. Back down to Lacey. Lacey lost it to the defense, and the Redhawks taking it the other way. Wegner, long shot saved by Gerber. Battling for that puck. Wegner comes off the boards with it. Backhander covered up by Gerber. A putback chance could not be poked home, but the puck's still loose as Brookline lifts it out. Brookline committing to a full change as it's not quite icing. Chase sends a long pass up. Finds Zahornicki. Zahornicki stopped by Toe, but now Zahornicki with the poke check on Young. It is going to be offsides against Homer, as the puck did just barely go over the blue line. .1 seconds left in the first. Natick 2, Brookline 0. Face-off won by Natick. Rawl across to Dempsey. Across the blue line, long shot saved by Gerber. Off the face-off. Corralled by Melton. Melton's pass finds Toe. Toe over to Kate. Kate's shot blocked, and his stick explodes as he's blocked by Dempsey there. Still battling for that puck, but just 2 seconds left. One last long shot from Dempsey is gloved down by Gerber, and that is how the first period is going to end. Our score at the end of 1, the Natick High Redhawks 2, the Brookline High Warriors 0. Goals for Natick scored by Will Fair and Gino Mortarelli. Fair assisted on his goal by Michael Zahornicki, and Mortarelli assisted by Sully Brown and Joe McDonnell. Tough first period for Brookline, but still a lot of hockey left to be played. And as we go into this first intermission, I would like to direct your attention to some helpful links down in the description section of this video. You can find down in the description section a link for the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Hockey Booster Club, the official booster club of Brookline High Boys Hockey, if you would like to support the program financially. You can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And again, all that information down in the description section down below. Natick 2, Brookline 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Gonna take a break, mute the mic, and run a YouTube ad break, but I'll be back with the second period of this game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second period of this high school varsity boys hockey contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Natick High Redhawks. Natick having jumped out to a 2-0 lead over Brookline through one off of 1 goal each from Will Fair and Gino Mortarelli. With assists coming from Michael Zahornicki, Joe McDonnell, and Sully Brown. Brookline had a couple of sparse offensive rushes here and there, but weren't able to generate any kind of consistent pressure. And that's going to be the real difference maker, is can Brookline get their offense going and really stay in the offensive end, you know, keep up a consistent attack while keeping the puck as far away from their own net as possible.
Please welcome back your Brookline Warriors.
One interesting thing to note from that first period, we did not see much of Greg Aptekman, who's been a key piece of Brookline's forward units throughout this season. I wonder if maybe he's banged up a little and on a minutes restriction of some kind. And maybe that's not why he's on his usual line with Lacey and O'Connor. And maybe that's why we didn't see him as much. But that's all pure speculation. I can't speak to any kind of certainty. You know, just one possible explanation of why we're not seeing him as much when he's been such a key player on offense for Brookline this season. And crucially, one of Brookline's best transition players. And you saw how much Brookline was struggling in the transition game in that first period. All right, 15 minutes back on the clock. The players back at center ice for the start of the second period, and here we go. Off the faceoff, it's Braden Homer pushing it up ice for Natick. His pass kind of died on the ice there, but it's kept in control by the Redhawks. A long shot was deflected, but still covered up by Evan Gerber. That long shot coming, I think, from Kyle Rawl. As we'll set up in a face-off in the Brookline end. Puck goes into the corner, sent off the boards. Kept in the attack end by James Dempsey as it goes around behind the net. Now being taken around the back. Pass back looking for Dempsey. Dempsey does not keep it in the attack end, just barely goes over that blue line. Offsides is called. Off the neutral zone face-off. The puck going to be chased down by Oliver Melton. Sends it off the boards, down to the Natick end, and a bit of a late whistle, but icing is called on Brookline there. Oh. Wait, it looks like they're... Oh, they're saying there was a deflection and that was an erroneously called icing, which is why they're having the face-off at center ice instead of in the Brookline end. The face-off won by Natick. Jonathan Chase sends it into the Brookline end, sent right back out by Oliver Melton. Moved along by Jamison Young. And Corey Toe trying to take the puck away, but it's corralled by Brian Wegner. Dumps it into the Brookline end. Chasing after it. Harrison Platt sends it around for Brookline. Aton Kate sends it up to Jamison Young. Young on a rush, lost the puck. Knocked free there by Will Fair, and now Wegner skating with it. Wegner's attempted pass blocked a couple times, but does get up to Ryan Connolly. Connolly coming down the right side, pass back, just misses Zahornicki, and now Brookline taking it the other way. Skating with it, Morris May lost it. Aton Kate recovers, sends a shot wide as Brookline was committing to a full change. Hard collision behind the net after that one sent around the boards. May recovers it, pass down, but nobody there. Pass there blocked, and on the second effort, Zahornicki sends it away. Dumped into the Brookline end by Fair, but was behind center ice and missed everybody, so that will be icing. We've got Preston Bayless in the live chat saying, "Let's go white," referring, of course, to the Brookline Warriors in their white jerseys. Bayless rooting on his teammates. As this one taken the other way, Peter Bracken on a post all the way to the net. A nice save on the breakaway by Evan Gerber. Boy, the seas just kind of parted for Peter Bracken on that rush. Evan Gerber, the only one that could conceivably stop him, and he did. This pass blocked by Morris May. May applying a lot of pressure on the forecheck this period. But it's taken the other way by the Redhawks. It's Bracken again. Lost control of it, but gets a pass away to McDonnell. McDonnell sending one right in front. What a save by Gerber. Sully Brown trying to redirect it in and stopped at point-blank range by Evan Gerber. Best saves of the night so far. Aries coming around, lost in his skates, taken away by Uptekman. Shot save, rebound chance, but Lacey couldn't find it, and it's covered up by Brower Malcolm. Brookline finding some life here in this last minute or so. Pair of really big saves by Evan Gerber, and a nice offensive zone takeaway by Greg Uptekman to generate a scoring chance there. Back in the Natick end. Dempsey skating with it. Dumps it into the Brookline end. Around the boards. Fighting for it. And coming out with it is Harrison Platt, but he lifts it off the boards, and that is going to be icing going all the way the other way. Interesting to note, looks like Greg Uptekman back on that forward line with Lacey and O'Connor. So maybe that was just a first period thing. Again, I'm not in the locker room, so I can only guess and speculate what the strategy is. Platt around the boards to Kate. Kate's pass deflects. Young gets it through the neutral zone. Now taken by Kate off a block. Kate shot, glove, save by Brower Malcolm. Brookline continuing to generate offensive pressure. A good sign for the Warriors here in the second period if they can keep this momentum up. Off the faceoff goes back. Ipirauto's shot well wide of the net there. Grady Flynn tries to clear, but it's stopped by Jamison Young. Attacking the puck. Sent back. Easton Slavin trying to send it through. It deflects wide. Sent around the back to Flynn. Flynn trying to lift it into the neutral zone. Does. Extra pass gets to Homer. Homer weaving around, lost control, knocked away by Rauto. Downed by Toe, and he gives it to Young. Young dumps it into the Natick end as Brookline commits to a forward line change. Taken the other way by Dempsey. Dempsey going end to end with it. A shot turned aside by Gerber. Rebound by Homer as he sends it around to the back. Coming around the back, a pass kind of whiffed there. Now sent around by Flynn. Gets to Homer. Homer turns around, pass intercepted by Rauto. He quickly sends it around. Blocked by Dempsey. Long shot redirected wide. Battle for the puck. Scrum of players, and coming out with it is Rauto. Rauto taking off with it through the neutral zone himself. Going to take it end to end. Rauto coming down that left side. Pass across the middle. Nobody there to knock it home. And the puck ultimately recovered by Zahornicki. Zahornicki going to end. Fighting through. Shot saved by Gerber. And there was a rebound chance for number 26, who is not on the roster that I found online. But he couldn't quite knock that one home. Now being taken by Lacey. Lacey, backhander, blocked by Fair, goes wide. Now the rest of his forward line coming in as reinforcements. Uptekman a pass, gets to Lacey. Lacey from the corner looking, sends it around, misses O'Connor. Uptekman recovers, gets to O'Connor. Back to Lacey, shot saved by Malcolm. Battling for the puck. Fair couldn't stay with it, knocked away by O'Connor. Up to Lacey, who gets leveled there by Chase. Puck deflects up in the air. Battling for it around the back and into the corner. Blocked to the blue line by Melton. Twice, long shot saved by Malcolm. Uptekman staying after the puck. Battling with Connolly, Uptekman, and Lacey, and one more Natick player in there. Lacey going to come out with the puck. Pass back to the point. Melton across to Waylon Slavin. Kind of whiffed on the shot there as it slowly came in and was stopped easily. Melton again keeping it in the attack area for Brookline. And again he stops it at the blue line. Great efforts by Melton, but it is ultimately cleared out by the Redhawks. Slavin across the blue line. Long shot, glove saved by Malcolm. He drops it quickly, realizing Brookline was in a line change. Didn't want to set up for a face-off there. Battling through the neutral zone. Natick in the middle of a line change, but in the midst of the chaos, they do push it into the Brookline end. Up against the boards, scrumming for it. Brown comes through with it. Brown just broken up right in front of the net. Recovered by Brown. Shot blocked. Battling in the corner. Bracken stopped by Toe. Knocked back to Brown. Across, one-timer saved by Gerber. Boy, I'll tell you, the Brookline Warriors went into the locker room for the first intermission, and I think a different team came out for this second period. Brookline looking much more aggressive, attacking the puck a lot more effectively, moving it in transition much better. Just all around looking better to start this period, as that's going to be another long save for Evan Gerber. Off the face-off, Rauto off the boards. Pass back, long shot is going to bounce right in front of the net. Knocked away. Morris May clears it out for Brookline. Knocked the other way by Schneller. Gets up to Bracken. Bracken coming down that right side. Players go stumbling right in front of the net. It's chaos. The shot is stopped by Gerber on the attempt by Brendan Howard. A number of players went stumbling right in front of the net. Looks like it could possibly obstruct Gerber's view and movement maybe, but makes the stop there. That shot blocked by O'Connor. Another long shot gloved down by Gerber. Bit clumsily, but he does cover it up. Off this face-off, players go tumbling, and Brookline takes control of the puck. Melton pass to Uptekman. Uptekman moving in. Lost control of it there somewhere. Taken the other way by Brennan Malcolm. Malcolm coming down along the back. Pass over to Finn Moriarty. Moriarty pinned to the boards by Melton. Couple more coming in to fight for it. Goes around to Malcolm. Pass back. Finds Moriarty. Moriarty somehow keeps control of the puck despite pressure on all sides. Gets it down to Malcolm. Pass deflects back. Moriarty whiffs on the shot, and it's taken by O'Connor. O'Connor blocked on his attempted dump into the Natick end, and now it's taken the other way by Moriarty, and offsides is called. .6:21 on the clock here in the first. Score still Natick 2, Brookline 0, but Brookline been looking much better in this second period than they did in the first. Off the face-off. Pucks ricocheting around and ultimately corralled by number 8, Rocco DeLuca. DeLuca trying to pass it up to Homer, but Homer's pinned there by Platt. Still scrumming for it up against the boards. And it is Jamison Young who gets it out to the neutral zone. Taken by Fair, sent off the boards, looking for DeLuca. DeLuca shuffles it to the back boards. Homer and Platt go flying into the boards hard there. Natick staying with it. That shot blocked, but Chase recovers it. Chase looking, shoots, saved by Gerber. Chase with his own rebound, coming around the back, trying to park it in. Stopped by Gerber again, off the glass. Being taken the other way by Kate, but he's stopped there by Fair. Recovered by Toe. Toe across the blue line. Toe trying to get it to Young. They go sprawling into the boards. Attempted pass blocked by Flynn, and now the puck slides out to the neutral zone. Rauto sends it back to the Natick end. Brookline in the midst of a forward line change. Chase comes in, winds and fires, shoots it wide, and it's going the other way as Natick was in the middle of a blue line change. Left for Aries. Aries passes up, finds Hornicky. Hornicky blocked at the blue line by Brookline. Now taken by Schneller. Schneller's pass knocked the other way by Sheridan. Bodies going flying around the blue line. Taken now by Connolly. Connolly offsides. .442 left in the second. This pass gets through to Aptekman. Aptekman trying to self-pass here. Aptekman into the corner with it. Pinned there by Schneller, but taken. And we've got a whistle. That's going to be called against Riley Schneller. Going to be called for a slash, looks like. So Brookline with their second power play chance of the night. The first one did not go well for Brookline. They're hoping they can generate some good pressure here. Face off. Lacey back to Rauto. Rauto from the blue line slides it across to Corey Toe. Quick pass up to Colin O'Connor. O'Connor back to Toe. Across Rauto. Rauto long shot deflected wide by Natick. Ricochets right to another Red Hawk. Brady Flynn lost it, knocked away by Colin O'Connor, and Malcolm playing a bit of a shell game there with the puck as he slides it away from the Brookline offense. Taken the other way by Dempsey. He dumps it into the Brookline end. Gerber leaving it for Toe. Toe coming out with it. Pass up. Looking for O'Connor, and O'Connor does take it. Pass to Aptekman. Aptekman, lost it. Poked away as he was coming in with it, trying to deke around the defense. Got a little too fancy that time. Sent the other way as both teams making some changes on their lines. Rauto going to leave it for Aptekman, who leaves it instead for Rauto. Rauto across the blue line. Charging in himself. Trying to turn around. Gets a pass through. Toe had it, but lost it in his skates. Back to Uptekman, long shot is knocked down by Brower Malcolm, and Brookline couldn't knock the rebound home as the puck slides into the corner. Lacey manages to recover it, get it to Uptekman. Uptekman sending it around the corner. Chase trying to send it around. Now Rawls trying to send it the other way. A battle along the boards for it. Chase moving it to Homer, but O'Connor pursuing the puck, and Lacey sends it around to Rauto. Rauto, pass out to Lacey. Lacey to Uptekman. Uptekman, long shot, saved by Malcolm, and he's going to cover it up. Again, Brookline looking better this period, but still unable to find the back of the net. Off the face-off. This one sent all the way down. A nice clear by the Natick defense. Waylon Slavin chasing after it, sliding it around as we're back at even strength now after that last clear. Sheridan skating with it. Pass up for Kate. Kate couldn't fight through Chase there, but Young gets to the puck, back to Kate. Kate sends it wide of the net. Natick clears it out, finds Bracken. Bracken on the breakaway, turnaround pass, shot missed high and wide by McDonnell. Wide open in front of the net, could not take advantage. Long pass up for Brookline to Kate. Kate fends off the defense, tries a shot, saved by Malcolm. McDonnell going the other way, pass up to Brown. Brown stopped there near the blue line. Now deflects up in the air into the Brookline end. Melton off the glass, blocked at the blue line by Natick, but sent out to the neutral zone by Uptekman. Dumped right back in by Brown. Waylon Slavin lost it, poked loose by Bracken, taken by Melton. Melton stopped at the blue line there by Dempsey. Hard shots into the boards. Melton takes it. Moriarty takes it away with some help from Brennan Malcolm. A pass in front. Brennan Malcolm just barely stopped as Evan Gerber splayed out for that one. Malcolm another chance, and Malcolm puts it in. Just as we crossed into the final minute of the second period, it is Brennan Malcolm. Suddenly found the puck dangling right in front of the net, and he took advantage. 3-0 Redhawks with 58 seconds left in the second period. And boy, that's tough for Brookline. You come out in the second period, play much better than you did in the first, but then it's still Natick that ends up scoring and further extending their lead. Puck goes down to the Brookline end.
Natick goal scored by number 22, Brennan Malcolm.
Puck's taken by Easton Slavin.
Number 9, Peter Bracken.
They give the assist to Peter Bracken on that goal. Brookline with a chance, a shot saved there by Brower Malcolm. Puck's being dumped in by Homer. 30 seconds left before the break. No icing that time. Down to the Natick end. Taken around the back, weaving around. Puck does get to the neutral zone. Platt trying to lift it in, and it ends up going off the netting. A little too high. Face-off will be at center ice. 15.5 seconds left as a... Oh, looks like they need to put some time back on the clock, maybe? Well, it's back to the 15.5 it was at. Maybe it just started early. Off this face-off, it's now going to be dumped into the Brookline end. Harrison Platt wraps it around the boards. And knocked down. And that is going to end the second period. Natick adds one more to their lead. Our score at the end of 2, the Natick High Redhawks 3, the Brookline High Warriors 0. Brennan Malcolm from Peter Bracken on goal number 3 in the last minute of that second period. Remember, folks, we got some helpful links in the description section of this video. A link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Hockey Booster Club, as well as a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. All that down in the description section down below. Natick 3, Brookline 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Gonna take a break and mute the mic and run a YouTube ad break, but I'll be back with the third and final period of this one. Stay tuned. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the third and final period of this high school varsity boys hockey contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Natick High Redhawks. Well, things went a little better for Brookline in the second period, but not too much better, as they were unable to find the back of the net. And Natick, meanwhile, added to their lead with a last-minute goal, scored by Brennan Malcolm, assisted by Peter Bracken. Sorry about that. That time of year. So now the question, will Brookline be able to keep up the stronger attack they had in the second period and maybe find a way to score? Off the face-off, puck's chased down by Bracken. Bracken trying to advance, but blocked there by Rauto. Puck's taken now by Aptekman. Aptekman sending it off the boards. He's trying to chase it down himself, but got cut off by the defense of James Dempsey. Pass gets away from Bracken there. He gets tangled up with Rauto again. Sent around the back by Owen Lacey. Lacey takes it. Skating through the neutral area. Lost the puck. Poke check, I think, came from Sully Brown that time as he recovers it. Brown long pass up, finds a man, but Bracken was over the blue line when he got that pass. Offsides called. Face off, won by Brookline. Harrison Platt slides it across to Easton Slavin. Dumped into the Natick end. Parked around back and just barely knocked away by Will Fair. Gets it to Braden Clark. Moves it up to Brennan Malcolm. Sends it up to Finn Moriarty. Moriarty turning around pass. Nobody there. Taken easily by Jamison Young. Young across the blue line. Couldn't fit a pass through the defense there. But Natick couldn't get a full clear, but Young lost his stick in the chaos and wasn't able to keep playing that one. Clark going end-to-end, coming across the top, walled off by Gerber. Young lifts this one high, bouncing along. Can Kate get there? No, he can't. Just a little too late to get there, and it will be icing. Off the face-off. Lifted up by Rauto, blocked by Chase. Chase shot saved by Gerber as Waylon Slavin quickly pushes it away to the corner. The attempted clear by Brookline, blocked by Chase. Sent around the back. Taken away from Zahornicki by Brookline. Through the neutral zone, fighting for it up Tekman. Sent around the back by Brower Malcolm. Now taking it the other way is Zahornicki. Shot glove save by Gerber. It's nice to see Aton Kate is doing okay. He had a bandage on his ear during the intermission, but he's still out there playing and toughing it out. Sent around by DeLuca to Homer behind the net, tangled up with Waylon Slavin. Slavin lifts that one off the ceiling, goes too high with that one, and we're going to have a face-off at the Brookline end. Ceiling's lower here than it is at Walter Brown. You gotta be wary of the different construction of whatever rink you're playing at. This one sent off the glass to race after it. Morris May gets there. His pass blocked, but he recovers the puck, sends it back to Easton Slavin. Long shot deflected wide of the net. May coming around the back, couldn't fit it in, was blocked there by Schneller. Puck deflects back. Harrison Platt, a shot save, put back save again by Brower Malcolm. I believe that was Corey Toe crashing the net on that one. Trying to get the putback score after the initial shot from Harrison Platt, but two nice saves there from Brower Malcolm. Face-off back to Platt, shot blocked. Going around the back. Tapped around and taken away by Natick. Pass up. Knocked back to the neutral zone by Platt. Dempsey being chased by Suberwall. Pinned to the boards. It is knocked back to the neutral zone, but it's taken by Platt. Platt's pass missed there, taken away by DeLuca. DeLuca's pass intercepted there by Easton Slavin, back out to the neutral zone. Dempsey finds Flynn. Flynn dumps it into the Brookline end. Platt sending it back the other way. And that is going to be icing. I think Brookline was hoping that maybe it deflected off the fingertips of Kyle Rahl. And they might have actually won that appeal. They did. It's going to be a face-off at center ice instead of back in the Brookline end. Off the face-off. Knocked back out. Down to the Natick end. Dempsey with it. Dempsey skating around in front of the net. Now around behind it. Aptekman knocks the puck away. Sends it around the back. Taken back by the Red Hawks. McDonnell skating with it. Gets it through to the neutral zone. Aptekman had it for a sec. Knocked back and forth. This is Rahl with it now. Pass back. Dempsey. Dempsey gives back to Rahl. Rahl knocked loose by Lacey. Lacey leaves it for Aptekman. Try to pass blocked. Lacey sends it back to Waylon Slavin. That's over the blue line. And that's going to be offsides, but Brookline just retreating as a long pass blocked down by Rauto, I believe. Out of the chaos, it's Lacey with the puck. There's a pass forward. Nice stab of the glove by Brower Malcolm. Not taking any chances there. Taking that one like an infielder, almost. The way it kind of skipped off the ice. Face off. Corralled by Clark. Sent up ice. Moriarty going to chase it down. Moriarty around the back. Pinned to the boards by Easton Slavin. Puck's taken away by May. May's pass intercepted by Chase. Chase passed to himself off the boards. Dumps it into the Brookline end. Around the corner. It'll be taken by Platt. Now Fair sending it back around the other way. Malcolm sending it across the back. Recovered by Platt. Off the boards, finds May. Morris May with a chance. Tries a shot, saved by Malcolm. Morris May been having himself a heck of a game today. Just, again, Brookline has not been able to find the score that they so desperately want. Toe to Easton Slavin, his shot blocked. And now pushed through the neutral zone. It's going to be taken by Rauto across to Easton Slavin and up to Toe. Toe dumps it in as Brookline commits to a line change just after Natick made one. Weaving around with it, Chase. Disrupted from behind by Kate, but does get across the blue line. Slides it up to the net, pushed aside. A push in the back there, I think, is going to draw a penalty call against Gino Mortarelli. And that's going to be a cross-checking penalty against Gino Mortarelli, who scored Natick's second goal back in the first period. Brookline will get their third power play of the night Natick hasn't had any power plays so far this game. As that one, Oliver Melton tried to stop the clear, goes off his hand and into the Natick bench.
Natick penalty to number 18, Gino Mortarelli. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 13 seconds.
Of the face-off in the Natick end.
9:13.
Battling for it, it's recovered by Aptekman. Aptekman tried to give it back to O'Connor, but stopped there. It deflects back to Melton, across to Rauto. Rauto weaves around one, approaching shot, saved by Malcolm. Rauto recovers, sends it through, kicked aside by Malcolm again, being taken back the other way by Flynn. Flynn racing up, charging in, ran out of room as bodies go sliding into the boards. Now pinned there. Good penalty kill maneuvers by Grady Flynn to kill off some clock. Aptekman misses O'Connor, but it's taken by Lacey. Lacey sends it down to the back. Dempsey going to try and clear, blocked by Rauto. Rauto down to the corner to Aptekman. Aptekman up to O'Connor. O'Connor back to Rauto. Up to O'Connor, moves up to Aptekman. Aptekman approaching, shot saved by Brower Malcolm. Again, Brookline generating chances, but just not generating scores. Brower Malcolm standing strong in net for the Redhawks. Off the face-off, sent around to the corner. Aptekman tries to move it. Taken, and it is going to be cleared out. And now it's an opportunity. Rocco DeLuca, breakaway shot, missed it high. Zahornicki tried to pass it back. It's intercepted by O'Connor. O'Connor, a shot saved by Malcolm. He left it, and now he covers it up. He tried to drop it for his teammates, or maybe he just lost his grip on it, but he's able to fall on it and blow the play dead. But boy, Zahornicki and DeLuca almost generated quite the chance on the shorthand there. Attempted clear stopped by Rauto. Rauto's shot blocked by DeLuca. It goes high, and it's knocked into the neutral zone. DeLuca on a rush again. Long shot saved by Gerber. Aptekman's pass blocked, taken by Rauto. Rauto across the blue line. Knocked back. Aptekman weaving in. Pass to Rauto. Rauto pass back. May lost it. Taken away by DeLuca, and we're back at even strength. Pass up McDonnell. McDonnell stopped by Toe. Toe pass up Aptekman. Aptekman stopped there by Brown as it's knocked into the Brookline end. Brookline unsuccessful on the power play and very nearly gave up a shorthanded score a couple times. Brown stopped by Rauto, and that is going to draw a penalty. Looks like a hooking penalty is going to be called against Brookline here, as Sully Brown coming off, looking a little shaken up, but still coming off on his own power. Seems to be okay, and we certainly hope that's the case. It'll be Greg Aptekman going into the box to serve the 2-minute minor for hooking. First power play of the night for Natick. Dempsey across to Rawl. Rawl back up to Dempsey. Long shot saved by Gerber. Rebound dangling, and they couldn't knock it home as Brookline clears it out. Back to the Natick end. Rawl to Bracken. Attempted pass blocked by Colin O'Connor.
6 minutes, 43
Dempsey gives it back to Rawl. Rawl skating up with it. Down the left side, pass towards the middle. Could not be corralled by Bracken. Knocked away, it's Zahornicki. Down to Bracken. Bracken stopped by the defense of Harrison Platt. Couldn't clear it, taken by Rawl. Pass up, knocked away from McDonnell. He recovers it. Pass across Dempsey. Over to Rawl. Rawl looking, shot. Turned aside Recovered by Zahornicki. Back to Rahl. To Dempsey. Dempsey. Pass across. McDonnell coming in with it. Around the back. Couldn't fit the pass through. Goes back to Rahl. Shot goes high. Dempsey. Long shot. Knocked wide of the net. McDonnell recovers. Back to Dempsey. Cross to Rahl. Rahl. Shot saved by Gerber. Rebound corralled by McDonnell. Back to Rahl. To Dempsey. Shot blocked. Shot blocked there by Colin O'Connor as Harrison Platt wraps it around the boards. Stopped at the blue line by Rahl. Rahl, shot, blocked. Rahl trying to push it through on the second effort. And another shot. Oh, it goes off the top of the crossbar and bounces away as we're back at even strength. No icing there as Brookline trying to take it. Up against the boards of Tekman. Pass blocked there, but Tekman pokes it free. Second attempted clear does get out to the neutral area as it's lifted back in by Toe. Rahl across to Dempsey. Pass blocked by Tekman, taken by Toe. Toe across the blue line. Toe approaching shot saved by Malcolm. Lacey tried to knock it down with his hand but couldn't grasp it. Pass across DeLuca, gains the blue. Looking for a pass, deflected away. Diving for it was Homer, but he couldn't knock it past the defense. Now Waylon Slavin bringing it the other way. Pass across, almost found Tekman, but no dice. Toe, pass back, Rauto. Rauto weaves, shot, blocked down. Tekman couldn't push it through, taken the other way by the Redhawks. Flynn pushing through to the back. Into the corner, pass along the back to Brennan Malcolm. Now around the back again, this time to Moriarty. Moriarty, high bouncing pass off the boards to Howard. Howard looking from the corner. Around the back. Pass to the point, shot by Flynn, blocked wide. Howard recovers, comes around the back. It's almost like the power play never ended as a shot goes wide from 26. And Waylon Slavin lifts it out. And 26 just barely pushes it away. Rauto dumps it back into the Natick end as Brookline commits to a full change. Poke check by Teddy Sheridan, but he's all alone down there. Now a scrum for the puck as the reinforcements came in. Cleared out by Natick as that goes off the glass. No icing as Easton Slavin takes it. Pursued by Brennan Malcolm, gets the pass across to Melton. Melton, long pass, finds Jamison Young. Young lost it to a poke check by Fair. Moriarty pushed it down to the Brookline end. Taken now by Wegner. Wegner shot off the post and pushed in a second effort, but stopped by Sheridan. Sheridan sends it off the boards, taken by Fair. Fair's pass disrupted, but does get to chase. Less than 2 minutes to go. Natick leads by 3. Fair takes it around the back and now picks up speed. Fair racing on the attack. Backhand pass just misses Zahornicki. Around the corner. Stolen. Wegner shot saved by Gerber. Fair sends it around. Slavin off the boards. Misses. Everybody no icing as Fair gets there first. Pass intercepted. Toe down low to Lacey. Lacey's got it. Pass. Shot. Oh, saved by Malcolm. Lacey got the extra pass across to Tekman, but the lefty stick forward sent it to the right side where Malcolm was already moving. Couldn't redirect it to that left side towards an open net. And with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, Brookline calls timeout. Brookline hoping they can get something in this last minute and 10. The Warriors hoping not to get shut out for the 4th time this season. They've been shut out by Algonquin, Wellesley, and Newton North through their first 11 games. If they failed to score here, it would be 4 times shutout out of 12 games. Has been a period of adjustment offensively for Brookline. They had a good offensive showing in the Junior Beanpot tournament, netting 3 goals against Lexington and 5 against Cambridge Ringe. But Lexington, a lower-ranked team than Brookline in the power rankings, and Cambridge Ringe, a Division III opponent. Natick making for much tougher competition. Off the face-off. Scrumming for the puck. Toe gets a pass out to Uptekman. The shot saved by Brower Malcolm. A nice find by Corey Toe, getting it to Uptekman. Again, decent offensive chance generated, just couldn't finish. 59 seconds left. Off the face-off. More entanglements along the boards. Still battling as clock ticks away. Loose puck now, and it's cleared out. And now a breakaway chance for an open net score as Grady Flynn puts it in and makes it a 4-score game for the Redhawks. I hadn't even seen that Brookline had pulled their goalie during the timeout, but Grady Flynn puts in the empty netter. The scoreboard temporarily gets it wrong, as it should be 4-0, not 3-1. There it is. 40 seconds left to go in this one.
Natick unassisted goal scored by number 12, Grady Flynn.
Dumped into the Brookline end where it's taken by Melton.
That's Flynn unassisted.
Melton pass across to Rauto. Rauto gains the blue himself in a crowded area, but keeps control of it, but now lost it into the neutral zone. Less than 20 seconds left, down to 15. Melton's pass blocked. A shot saved at close range by Gerber as Peter Bracken took that one away and almost netted what would have been Natick's 5th goal. Off the face-off, quick shot saved by Gerber. And Gerber didn't even realize the puck was in his pads. 7.3 ticks left. Off the face-off, a quick shot wide of the net. Howard whiffs on that one, and that is how the game will end. Natick mimics their score from last year at this same arena. The final score, the Natick High Redhawks 4, the Brookline High Warriors 0. Again, Brookline gradually looking better and better each period, but just couldn't finish the job offensively at any point, while Natick was able to take advantage of their opportunities. Even as their offensive opportunities kind of decreased in frequency with each period, they still were able to find their shots and find the back of the net. 2 first-period goals for the Redhawks, first from Will Fair and then from Gino Mortarelli. Then a last-minute goal in the second period by Brennan Malcolm, and then an empty netter in the last minute of regulation by Grady Flynn. Natick improves to 4-7-2 on the season, while Brookline falls to 3-7-2. Well, that's going to do it for this one. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If there's anything you'd like to say after this broadcast has concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of the video where you can find some helpful links. A link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Hockey Booster Club, the official booster club of Brookline High Boys Hockey. You can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. You can also find some helpful links related to me, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments that you may have. And you can also follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where I sometimes post highlights from previous live streams, as well as on this channel. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Natick 4, Brookline 0. From Ryan Arena in Watertown, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.